Best enhanced Shaman in game? Yeah. Archie was another really good one. Archie and Chicago were really evenly matched when we did EU versus NA duels for like a beta for Dragonflight. Hockey's first up, or for the team 1 versus Web, a bit of a stealth duel in the opener. That means we're not going to be seeing those two for about another 10 minutes. With Canaric on this team, we got Lath in the back, chilling. Web getting sapped up. Hold on a second. Hockey's, were you in stealth or you were out of stealth, Web? Or was Web just trying to see if he can get the other guy to like both sides mog? I like it. Represent. I like the look of that. Just building confidence for Odysseus while he's shifted and just slowed. He literally, wait, are you walking? Are you walking speed right now? Are you, what is this slow speed? Or is he just, what is this walking speed? Hold on. Are you running, what is it? Creeping poison? Is that what it is? Is that what it is? Creeping poison? The slow? 90% slow? It gotta be it, right? Shadow Strike out of Web, got himself an evasion a little bit early, just trying to see if he can get a step over to Hawkins, and Hawkins getting hit with a kidney shot, Trinket to follow Web with an evasion, still locking down Hawkins from kidney into cheap shot, Trinkets into another cheap shot as the guy just got plenty of damage. Hawkins still has the Web fully bled up, does go for the Cloak of Shadows. Hawkins still has a lot of cooldowns available right now. He's walking on top of the building, so he's just walking? Oh, okay, I guess it makes sense. It looked like he was going Creeping Poison, full death mark, Kingsbane, I think. Yeah, possibly. Garrote, vanished, it's over. Cheat death? Oh, I was gonna say for a second, it's over though. That is a rough one, sudden demise and everything. Okay, I couldn't tell, honestly. I really couldn't tell. Chicago on that elemental enhancement? Enhancement. I like this set for enhancement in particular, this red, the white and red. If only Hex could have healed him, right? I think that's what he's trying to go for, trying to see if he can heal him one way or another. Lotto on that team as well, as we got us a shield pills on the Frosty, a Sea Mark on Sea Dark. I like the names of Sea Mark's characters, you know? They're really good. Hawk is with a quick sap, does not have a death mark at this point, so for Chicago, I think it's going to be a decent setup. As long as Hawkins does get to, what is it, natty dodge, avoided a asunder? Is that what happened? Just resisted it? What is this, classic? Chicago just going in full primordial. Big zapper onto Hawkins. Double zapper to follow. Hawkins got himself a bit of a heal. Dance available. Massive Kingsbane though. That thing did quite a bit of damage. Yet another Garrote to Chicago, just trying to control as best as possible. Cheat death. Chicago going in for a massive amount of healing, but that Kingsbane did a number. Either way though, with either Merlin, that or Light going to be up next, and it looked like, or Life rather, and it looked like Merlin is going to be trying to see if he can give Chicago a bit of that honorable bow, a little bit of that honorable duel. He hits him with a flame shock. He's ready to go. He's like, all right, let me get in there, man. Let me go with Maelstrom. Wait, he's still walking. Wait, so it's going to be Web walking up, Merlin's walking? Is that what's happening? I was going to say, what's happening? Stun in Chicago. Merlin with full Crusade wings, knocked back immediately for Chicago. With Bubble, just needs to find a way to escape this. You have Burrow. You might need to press a wall here at this moment because you're in a bit of trouble unless you can find a way to escape. Merlin does lose his Bubble, but Merlin going in for Crusade and Bubble just to give himself that cheesy immunity while Crusade is building up. As long as you have an out, I think it'll be okay, but for Chicago, that still is a lot of damage to deal with. Unless you just pre-wall and kept Guardian rolling in. Got himself the counter-strike totem. So for Merlin, this could be a pretty bad spot. He's got a totem that he's got to deal with, as well as Chicago, as well as Raptors. Plenty of damage. Does go for the lay on hands while dampening is super high. Big Thunder for Chicago. Needs one more lightning bolt. Merlin just trying to see if he can maybe live this. Doesn't have any more defenses. Trying to see if he can go for a stun. Chicago looking for a bit of that recovery. But I think Chicago may just have him here. If you got the Elemental Blast, we got the Maelstrom, Lasso tasing him down, does break out of it, leaping in, just needs a bit more damage, does end up taking him with life swinging around the side. As a balanced druid? No, he's a balanced druid, leaping in with a rake though. Trying to go for a root maybe with a silence, but I think there maybe it was a grounding totem. I think that might have been it. I think it was trying to go for the root, but a grounding totem did stop him in place. Convoke the spirits unless there's an interrupt. That's quite a bit of damage on Chicago, but instead it's actually the way they're thinking the Sea Dark and maybe even the Raptors. Too many targets for Convoke to really figure this out. This is going to be Chicago trying to catch up back with life, going in for the heart of the wild, keeping himself alive. Sunder by the Chamois, looking for a cycle and goes for a quick kick. As long as he gets yourself grounding, you could potentially ground the next clone. Do you get to? No, doesn't go for it. Sends in the Raptors, letting him build up a bit of Maelstrom, maybe saving grounding for a little bit later. Maybe saving for the next Convoke, possibly. But for Chicago, they are trying to recover some cooldowns back. If they can prolong this match specifically, they could get wall back quicker. Part of the wall still rolling for life, so that's a lot of recovery possible either way. Though got him some dots as well, a bit of damage, slows on Chicago, plenty of healing while in bear form for a good bit here. As darkness, his grounding was actually down. Root with the silence breaks out of it fairly quickly, I think, just by shifting into Ghost form or sprinting, one of those two. Trying to go for a quick knock on a clone, still gets a clone either way though. Life is so close to life, man. So close to living, but not quite there. Convoke while in human form or Nido form or humanoid form, just to go for a heal, just to go for a bit of recovery. When you have to use convokes in order to go for recovery, I feel like that's where you're just going to be just a slightly bit behind. There's just not much you can do. But that's all you got. All you got in that situation. Trying to get himself whatever healing possible. Regrows around the corner. Chicago trying to go for the lasso. No trinket available for life. At this point, it might be a bit of a rough situation. He got himself renewal. Picking up the eye randomly. Bear form available. Do you have like random bear form? Oh yeah. Every time you shift, you got a random bear form. That actually, is that all for all your shifts? I guess it is for all your shifts because you didn't have raptor form, stag form. That is actually really, really cool. I like that. Interrupt until life for just a second. Bash to follow. Looking for that clone. Chicago could shrink it. But at 6%, 6 minutes on duel, 30% dampening. I don't even know if you do that. You got yourself wall and everything back up. If you can just take down life with just raptors and maybe a... Oh, he did another convoke defensively. Again, I feel like once you use convoke defensively, it looks like you're just not going to be able to have that much offense unless you can cook someone later. You're just trying to go for a survivability whenever possible. Full convoke, full Fury of Balloon is up at the very least, blasting out Chicago, forcing a wall out of him with the moon dropping in. That moon is a proc, right? Or is that a... I'm pretty sure it's the Moonfire, Sunfire moon, right? Unless I'm wrong on this one. Lives is still trying to survive, but this man is so behind. No cooldowns available. All he can really do is stave off Chicago's approach, but that's about it. But there was an interrupt. I think it's over. Possibly. Maybe another clone. Trying to go for silence. Root to follow. Doesn't quite work. Cyclone. No grounding. All he could just do is try to see if he can survive. If anything, you got to give this man a bit of credit on his survivability. Try to go for a bash, but I think he might have used it just a hair too early as the Cyclone was about to fall off, trying to chain CC from another CC. It doesn't quite work out. Chicago, just a couple more Maelstrom, just a little bit more damage. Getting gripped in by Kineric immediately with a blind to follow. As just trying to see if he can play up the Frosty DK. Looking for those blitz. That's going to be Chicago with a grounding as well as Guardian. As long as you do a bit of damage or healing, you should be okay. Silenced out. You got to go do as much damage as humanly possible. Trying to see if he can keep himself alive as best as he can. That's going to be Kineric with a Dark Pact IBF. Chicago is able to survive a bit of this damage. No more silences, no more anything. You got to CC for Kineric. As long as you don't have a stun, you might be fine. Does go for the root. Grouping him in, looking for a bit of healing, but while Death Pact is on you, you can't really go for easy recovery. Light the lasso by the Shaman, no trinket, no IBF out. Could maybe potentially drop down a dome, or if you can go for sanguinate, not sanguination. What is it called? It's the spell steal ability, right? You could potentially spell steal like a heal from Chicago, possibly. AMS, maybe spell steal lightning bolt, possibly, potentially. I don't know if he actually is talented into it or not. That is going to be Zappy Totem around the corner. Chicago is able to take him out fairly quickly. With Lath gonna be up next, charging around, I-beam ready, trying to see if he can take that on Totem. Chicago looking to find a way to give himself a potential 1v5 here. Stun by Lath, trying to go for a knockback. Hunt to follow. A meta does help him immune the knockback entirely. Chicago with a wall, that's about all you got for defense. Lath is gonna back up or retreat for just a moment. Light and Lasso forcing a trinket. Chicago needs heals right now, but I don't really know how you can find a way to create some space away from the Demon Hunter, unless maybe you root him in place and doesn't end up getting taken out. Let's see Dark gonna be up next. The armor buff for Shadow Priest, by the way, has been really good. Fear to follow. Also the fact that Fears hold. Big mind game stun right after. See Dark trying to go for as much instant cast damage versus Lath. Goes in for full immunity. Still dotted. Let's see if we're trying to catch up a little bit of healing. Avoiding the Sigil of Fear entirely. Still pet chasing after Lath with a Mind Spikes follow. Does get a juke out kicks. That means all the instant cast or their main hard cast abilities are actually still going to do plenty of damage. Stun onto Seavark, does go for a quick trinket. I don't know if he's got Fade available or anything. Looking for a bit of a heal. Just prepares up. Might be looking at Disperse right now. Not an amazing spot. Just needs to wait for a bit of CC. Could take down Lath right now. If you have a Mind Games full set of dots, you could do a lot of damage. Big spike, potentially. Oh! Shadowborn Death was so good there. What was that? That was a big burst of damage. Hello? Oh my goodness. Chicago with 14 million damage versus these boys. And the C-Mark with a big old hit of the end. What was that? Oh my goodness. Oh my God.